Students, this is third chapter of your science book, Fiber to Fabric. In this chapter we will study basic needs of clothes, brief history of clothing, fiber and fabric, yarn to fabrics, and sources of fabrics. These are the contents of this chapter. Now look here. Getting started. Look at the pictures of different kinds of cloths given below. Can you name the fibers of the cloths? What differences do you find in them? So first figure is a sari, second is a shirt, third is a frock, and fourth figure is a jacket. And all the four clothes are different, and these all four are made up of different fibers. So let's see here. Basic need of clothes. Clothes are one of our basic need. As you know, it is also our basic need, cloth. Why are they so important? Or the question arises, why the clothes are so important? Because they are important because they protect our body against weather conditions, means in bad weather, such as strong sunlight, extreme cold, and rain. They also protect us from insect bites. They reflect our personality and make us look good and smart. The kinds of clothes people wear vary from place to place. It mainly depends on the climate of a place as well as the materials easily available in that place. Now look here. Clothes protect us from heat, cold, rain, insects, dust, and make us look smart. So people, those who live in different areas, wear different types of clothes. As those people who live in cold areas, they wear woolen clothes, and those who live in hot areas, they wear cotton clothes. Now let's see the history of the clothing. Brief history of clothing. How the clothing starts. Primitive people, means early man, did not know how to make cloth. We can say early man did not know to make cloth. They covered their body with the leaves and skin of dead animals. Some evidences suggest, yet some proofs found, that the human beings may have begun wearing clothes as far back as 1 lakh to 5 lakh years ago. After people began to settle in agriculture communities, they started weaving twigs and grass into long strands. Slowly, they began to weave these strands by hands to make fabric. Look here. Early men covered their body with the animal skin and leaves. Man began to wearing clothes about 1 lakh to 5 lakh years ago. And The cotton cloth first discovered and used by India and Egypt, whereas silk cloth are first discovered by the China. Look here. People in India and Egypt made cloth from cotton. The Chinese were the first who discovered silk. They obtained silk from silkworms and made cloth from silk. In the colder parts of the world, people covered themselves with robes made of wool. After the invention of the stitching needle, people started stitching fabrics to make clothes such as blouses, shirts, etc. Later machines were invented to spin, weave and stitch clothes. Means first men weave the clothes by their own hand, and after that when the machines discovered, they started making clothes with the machines. Now fiber and fabric. Cloths are made up of thin, long structure called fibers. Fibers are like thin strands of thread that are woven to make fabrics. For example, silk, cotton, velvet, satin, and so on. What are these made of? Take a piece of cotton fabric. You can take a piece of cloth. Now try to find a loose thread or yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. If no loose yarns are visible, you can gently pull one out with a needle. We find that a fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. What are these yarns made up of? A number of fibers are twisted by spinning along threads called yarns. Spinning also increases the strength of fibers by twisting them together. Now look here. Fibers are the thin long structures. Fabric are the structures. Fabric are woven from the fibers. First fibers are woven made into thread by twisting. By twisting many fibers, first we make yarn, and then yarns are woven into fabric. Yarns are the long threads. Now charkha is a household tool to spin yarn. It is used by the olden people. A number of fibers are twisted together by spinning into long threads called yarns. Spinning also increases the strength of fibers by twisting them together. In India, yarn is spun on a small scale on a household tool called charkha. Look here, in this figure you can see the charkha. This is the figure of a charkha. Use of charkha was made popular by Mahatma Gandhi. So you all have heard the name of Mahatma Gandhi. As a part of the independence movement nowadays, spinning of yarn on a large scale is done with the help of spinning machines. But now the machines are available and we don't use charkha. So after spinning, yarns are used for making fabrics. Now next heading is yarn to fabrics. There are a number of processes by which yarns are made into fabrics. The two most popular processes are weaving and knitting. Now look here, tidbit is given here. Mahatma Gandhi wore only khadi cloths woven from the yarn that he had himself spun on a charkha. Gandhiji first spun the yarn into charkha, then he made khadi cloths with the help of it. A cloth made from hand spun yarn is called khadi cloth. It is also available nowadays. You can buy it from the market. Now look here, yarn to fabrics. Weaving. Weaving is a process of arranging two sets of yarns to make a fabric. And fabrics are made by two machines are given here, hand loom and power loom. Hand loom are often used by hand, means these are the hand operated, and power loom are power operated, means it is operated by the electricity. Weaving. Weaving is a process of arranging two sets of yarns to make a fabric. It is done on looms which are hand operated or power operated. In a loom, the crosswise thread is attached to a shuttle which moves the thread forward and backward. You can see here the weaving pattern, and this is the hand loom, figure of hand loom. It is operated by hand, and this is the weaving pattern. This is also the weaving pattern. You can see this is the weaving pattern. And this is another weaving pattern. Over the threads placed lengthwise. The lengthwise yarn is called the wrap, and the crosswise yarn is called the weft. The strips of almost any flexible material can be woven by this method. To understand this process, we can see the activity. Look here. The aim is to understand the process of weaving. For it, the materials are required: chart paper of two different colors, ruler and pencil, and scissor. So the method is given here. We have to take two color sheets. First color The first sheet is of yellow color and second is red. So you can take another two color of sheets also, but the two sheets are of or should be the different color. Take two sheets of paper of different colors, cut the square pieces of length. You can cut the pieces like this, as you can see in the figure, in length and width equal to 30 centimeter from the each sheet. Now fold the both the sheets into half. Draw lines on them as shown. Look here, these the lines are drawn. Cut both the sheets along the lines. We have to cut both the sheets, yellow and red. Cut both the sheets along the lines and then unfold. Weave the strips. After it, we have to weave these strips, yellow and red, one by one. Throw the cuts in the sheet of the paper as shown in the picture. Show the pattern after weaving all the strips. Now your patterns look like this. This activity you can perform at home. Now underline some hard words and you have to find the meanings of those hard words at home as a homework. So underline the words. Conditions. Underline it. Extreme. Reflect. Personality. Vary. Climate. Primitive. Evidences. Suggest. Settle. Communities. Twigs. Fabric. Discovered. Obtained. Robes. Invention. Stitching. Fibers, fabrics. Edges. Visible. gently, twisted, yarns, strength, charkha, independence, movement. Processes, knitting, weaving, looms, operated, crosswise, shuttle, lengthwise, wrap, crosswise, weft, strips, flexible. Okay, students, now take the screenshot of this page and later on read it and find the meaning of these hard words. So take the screenshot of this page. Now look here. Okay, students, write the word meanings, do the activities, and read the lesson. Now we will meet in the next video, second part of this chapter. Till then, good day.